This is one of my favorite tracks that I've ever put out. And today I'm actually throwing it back into the session to see if I can beat my own project with 5 UJAM plugins. All right, so here are the rules. I'm not allowed to remix this. I'm not allowed to rewrite anything. I'm not allowed to change the production in any way other than applying one plugin at a time per element, just to see if I can beat what I originally had in my project. My name is Sarek and I run Hyperbits.com, where we've helped over 20,000 music producers improve their production skills. Make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel. Otherwise, let's get into it. All right, so first up, we've got Finisher Neo, and this plugin is basically all about modern creative transformations. So the way that I'm thinking about this is that I probably wouldn't have gone through the trouble of creating almost any of these presets like through my own processing chains. So I'm going to play around here, have some fun, go through the presets, and just see what this uncovers. And let's just start with the default preset that got loaded up here. Okay, that's actually pretty cool already. So one thing to keep in mind here, this is actually not a dry wet knob. It looks like one, but this is actually affecting all sorts of parameters behind the scenes of this plugin. Bounce this in place and mix in the affected track. All right, already a little bit more character and a little bit more movement, just kind of hidden behind the scenes there. Let's keep going. A lot of added coloration here, not super in love with that though. That's kind of a cool effect. I mean, it's doing a lot of delay type work. I mean, the preset is called Clouds, and it literally says, move your track into a deep, wide cavern. I kind of like it. Let's just bounce this one as well. And to not get lost in mixing work, I cut some lows and put track spacer on the new layer to dynamically reduce it against the original lead. Keep playing around here. I mean, okay, there's a cool granular delay synthesizer effect here, which just off of one quick play, I absolutely love. So same thing, I'm gonna print this. I'm gonna mute the original plugin just so it's not in the way, and let's lower this in volume. And here I'm just doing the same track spacer mixing as I did before. All right, so now I'm going to throw on the Finisher Flux plugin, and this one is apparently known for being the evil genius of creative effect. I'm going to try throwing this guy onto this one pluck that fills a lot of the empty space after the lead lick happens. This is what it sounds like on its own. There's already some cool effects on there, but let's see what happens when I throw this onto that one pluck. Okay, I mean, that didn't sound bad per se, so let's keep going through some presets. That was really interesting. Okay, let's do what we were doing before. I'm just going to bounce, and let's lower this a bit in volume. That here I decided to extend the pluck even more with a combo of reverb and over-the-top compression. And again, it's definitely more interesting. Is it better? I guess is a question that you have to ask yourself as the artist. For me personally, I do find that this is better. I think it's a little bit cooler. It highlights some of the things that were a little bit, I guess, hidden before this moment. You know, I don't know if this is necessarily the evil genius of creative effects, but it definitely is some sort of genius of some sort of effects. So good stuff here. All right, so up next, we've got Finisher Retro. This one seems to be all about kind of vintage, you know, tape saturation, getting things to sound a bit more analog, I guess, which we'll see what we can do with it. I don't really have any specific plan other than that I put it on my bass. So let's see what the default patch sounds like. All right, that's actually really cool, and that's just the default patch. I want to use it, but I need to cycle through a few more presets. I can't just keep doing the first one that I hear. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is really cool. I don't think this is what I expected from a retro plugin. I mean, I absolutely love that panning. I'm just going to go ahead and bounce this in place and see if we can hide that panning just underneath, like tucked underneath this bass. Because I spent a lot of time designing this bass and getting it to sit just right. But if we could hide a little bit of this panning just right underneath that, man, I think that would be cool. Yeah, I mean, that is really dope, the way that the bass is just sort of bouncing left and right. And then this is just this little like ear candy piece that sort of plays on top of it. So another win for this Finisher series. All right, up next, we've got the Finisher Voodoo. The only thing that I know about this plugin is that it's supposedly meant for guitar sounds, but I'm going to throw it on some plucks. So I'm going to try it on these guys. I'll just play it for you so you know what I'm talking about. All right, so some cool sounds in there. Let's see what this first preset sounds like. Wait, what? This is another example of me just wanting to apply this first preset or resisting the fact that I thought that was really dope. Let's just run with it. I'm just going to apply this. Let me bounce this in place again. I mean, that is just so cool, the way that like some of the sounds were kind of cutting through and then others weren't. I'm actually going to low cut some of this and just try to squash it with an OTT again. I probably would have liked to have spent more time on this, but you know, when the first preset just sounds that good, let's just apply it and move on. All right, next we have UJAM's VoxCraft, which this is basically like an all-in-one vocal effects plugin. So let's see what we can do to the vocals. I mean, I spent a lot of time on these vocals. Granted, Kate McGill's voice is incredible, and she delivers some of the best vocal stems I've ever worked with in the industry. So it was actually pretty easy for me to work with them because of Kate. Like, she's just so talented. That said, I'm curious if we can actually beat the vocals and improve them in any way here. So let's just see how that first preset sounds. I will say that the formant here does sound good. I don't think we're going to apply this, but I'm just curious what this would sound like now that we finally have a good dry wet knob here. I'm curious what this would sound like just deeply buried in there. It might give her like a little bit of almost more like angelic gloss on top of her voice. Low, fade.
Limb by limb I slip away. Dark shade, you turn my color gray. Yeah, I fall right into the abyss.
All right, I can't believe that I'm trying to use the default plugin again, or the default preset of this plugin again. I actually do really like this. I'm going to keep this on. I'm actually going to like bury it a little bit more though. Well, with vocals, we got to be a bit more selective, I think. Let's see. Doubling maybe?
Low fade, limb by limb I slip away. Dark shade, you turn my color gray. Yeah, I fall right into the abyss. Letting go of all of this. Yeah, I fall right.
That is pretty cool. I like this echo preset. Let's just stack a bunch of plugins on top of each other here. I think there was a cool category. Oh yeah, mix and polish. Let's just see if any of these work.
Low fade, limb by limb I slip away. Dark shade, you turn my color gray. Yeah, I fall right into the abyss. Letting go of all of this. Yeah, low fade.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things happening here, and they're all very subtle, but there is some cool textures being added, and something about the way that her voice is now coming through the mix. It almost, I mean, it definitely sounds more affected, and it's more electronic. I don't know if it necessarily sounds better. This is where, you know, it's really up to the artist to determine like what it is they're going for. There is something kind of dark and eerie about some of the vocals here of this song. I mean, it's called The Abyss, right? There's some darkness to it. And I'm thinking that there's something kind of cool about how almost scary at times her voice becomes.
The abyss, letting go of all of this.
Yeah, I'm digging that. All right, let's do a quick before and after.
Yeah, I fall right into the abyss, letting go of all of this. Yeah, I fall right into the abyss, letting go of all of this.
All right, so if there's anything that I want you to take away from this video, it's this idea that we don't always need to force what's inside of our head into the project. Obviously, that's something that you can do, right? You hear something in your head and you want to recreate it, but sometimes it's cool to let these creative plugins and these creative effects almost do the work for us. So yeah, sometimes the best ideas don't come from your brain. They come from trying something that you didn't expect to work. All right, 2 things. Number 1, leave a comment if you liked the video. And number 2, if you want to go deeper into the system of creating music as good or better than your favorite artist, check out the Hyperbits Masterclass, and I'll see you next time.